Hey everyone, in today's video I wanted to share with you what is on my homeschool mom summer bucket list. So what are my plans for this summer? What do I hope to accomplish? What are the things that I really want to do in this short period of free time? Not really free time. Anyway, I made myself a bucket list. I have this available for free for you guys if you're interested in it too. I'll link it down below. But there are some things I want to do just for myself, for my own mental health, this summer, things that I enjoy. And there's also things that I need to do, that I want to do, to kind of set us up for success next school year. So I thought I'd take you through my list here. The first thing on my list is watercolor. I really enjoy art, specifically watercolor. And I really want to make sure that I am carving out some time for that this summer. So I have lots of different like books that I can work through. This is one I got for Christmas, one I got for my birthday. Let's see, this is a new one from Thistles and Biscuits that I'm working on. And so I just want to make sure I'm taking time this summer to do something that I enjoy. And I really just want to improve my watercolor skills. So that is for sure on my bucket list. The second thing I have here is Lego. So I have not always liked Lego. In fact, as a child, I actually despised Lego, but in my defense, Lego when I was a kid was not what Lego is now. In fact, like we didn't have any of these fun sets, or at least, I don't know, maybe they existed, but we didn't have them. We just had a set of like blocks, and there were only 3 colors. There was red, blue, and white. So raise your hand if you're as old as I am. Anyway, I didn't like them. I got frustrated by how little they were and that things would fall apart, and I did not like them. However, having kids who love Legos, I have grown to appreciate them. And something that I found, one of the reasons I like doing Lego now on my own is I feel like it really helps me practice my focus and my patience and my problem solving. And I like to kind of give myself those opportunities. In addition, I found some sets that I really like and I want to build and kind of have on display in my little kind of desk area. So I have a few that I got for my birthday that I would like to work on this summer. So I have this parrot one. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. I have a parrot one. Actually, this is a pink one. I already have this one that I did, which his head made an appearance in one of my videos a couple weeks ago, if you saw that. And then this is another one that I got for my birthday that I really like and would like to do this summer. And then I can add them to my little display shelf, which I do have a display shelf. I just need to get it up. So anyway, I have those 2 things. The third thing I have on my list is what I'm writing as professional development, continuing education, things that I want to do to make myself a better homeschool teacher in the fall. One is I would like to read this book called Building Strong Writers. I think that I heard of this on Arlene & Co.'s channel. I'm pretty sure that's why I saw it. While I feel like I'm a pretty strong writer, I don't feel strong in critiquing my children's writing and really figuring out how to correct their writing and scaffold different things for them. I feel like that's not one of my strengths. So this is one book that I'm going to read in hopes of strengthening that skill that I'd like to do this summer. Another is Latin, and I would like to work my way through Lively Latin Volume 1 this summer, and or I also have Grammar School Latin from Memoria Press's Charter and Public School. It's the Charter and Public School edition, but they have a separate kind of website if you need secular materials. Anyway, I would like to work through these so that I can better help my daughter, who will be working through Volume 2 of Big Book, the Big Book from Lively Latin in the fall. Our original plan when she started Latin last fall was that I was going to be doing it with her, and then that didn't happen, and I really felt what a bad choice that was. Whenever she would struggle, it was harder for me to help her. So I want to put in the work this summer so that I can be a better support for her during the school year. Let's see. The other thing that I really want to work on this summer is routines, my own personal routines, our household routines, just like all of it, like how our house runs, how our family operates, just getting strong routines in place. Like our daily flow, all of that stuff, it all needs work. So that's something I want to work on. In one of the books that I'm going to reread, I have Sync Reflections by Marcia Silly, who is the Fly Lady. And this is pretty old. I think, yeah, I actually went to hear her speak and she signed my book. I want to say early 2003. When did this come out? October 2002. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like January 2003. I went to hear her speak. January, February. So right before I moved from Ohio out to Washington State, and I think I moved in March. So yeah, January, February, I went to hear her speak. I really, really enjoyed her. But most of this has fallen by the wayside over the years. And so I'd like to kind of refresh. I'd like to reread the book. I'd like to use this to kind of help me get some routines in place within our home, as far as like our maintenance of our home and cleaning and all of that stuff. So I'd like to reread that just to kind of kickstart that, and then we'll see where I go from there. But yeah. And then I also have ADHD and emotional health on here, and that goes for my whole family. So I really need to take this summer to figure out for my kids, for all of us, you know, the ADHD component. Are we taking meds? Are we not taking meds? Can we find a medication that works for the people that need the medication? Are there other supports that we need to get in place? I really want to get that figured out before our next school year starts, because I think that will really help us have a strong year next year. I'd also like to read these two books, which are not about ADHD. I have a ton of other ADHD books that I also probably need to read, but these are two books specifically that I want to read just to kind of help my kids and our family in general. This one is called Raising Resilience: How to Help Our Children Thrive in Times of Uncertainty. I'm not going to read you kind of the synopsis, but if you want to read it, you can pause it there. And then this one, which is called Raising Mentally Strong Kids: How to Combine the Power of Neuroscience with Love and Logic to Grow Confident, Kind, Responsible, and Resilient Children and Young Adults. And I don't know if this one is going to work for me, because I just noticed the publisher's Tyndale, which I think is a Christian publisher. All right, as I flip through this, I suspect that this one may not be the right fit for me. So I think instead of that one, I'm going to focus in on this series, which I have had for a while, and I have flipped through and I've taken some pieces and parts, but I have really not sat down and studied these from cover to cover. So I have the Smart But Scatter. This one's for 4 to 13-year-olds. I also have the teen one. I also have the adult one. So I think that this is where my focus is going to go after I finish the Raising Resilience book instead of this one. I also need to finish prepping our first 6 weeks of our homeschool. It's taking me a little bit longer than I had intended, just because my daughter's history and science are kind of like a lot. Once I get through those, everything else will probably go much quicker. But anyway, that my goal is to get our first 6 weeks planned and prepped and ready to go. And then lastly, I have a TBR. It's not a list. It's not a cart. It's like shelves of books that I would like to read that are on my list of, books that I, for my own enjoyment, would like to read. I'm trying to see if I have any of them sitting here. This is one I just started called Under the Same Stars by Libba Bray. First of all, the cover is beautiful, and look at the sides of the book. I think that's so pretty. Anyway, I thought this sounded interesting because it has kind of a historical component to it. And it flashes between, I think, 3 different time periods, which I thought sounded interesting. Anyway, that's just one of many that I would like to kind of carve out some time and maybe figure out how to fit this into these kind of routines that I'm hoping to establish this summer. So that's just one of many. I don't have any others sitting here next to me, but at any rate, those are kind of my goals for this summer, the things that I want to do, both for fun and for my own education, organization, all of that. So anyway, I would love to hear what your plans are for this summer. What are some things you want to accomplish? And if you would like a little sheet to write them all out on, I will link where you can get this one, where you can print it out for free down below. And yeah, share with me what you guys are doing. What are your plans? I'd love to talk to you down in the comments. Thanks for watching.